is Talkin Overtime. We have a little bit of a hiatus. Brian took a vacation, something like that.
Yeah, I've been around.
I was stuck editing a really long video for a little while, so I was kind of in and out. But now we're back, and we have some cool new topics for the wheel. And I'm not even going to ask you what you've been doing, Brian, because I just don't care.
You never care.
I want the wheel to drive us forward.
Let's get to the wheel.
And the all-knowing wheel is all we know. So here comes the share. As soon as I don't screw it up. Here it comes. Promise. It's coming.
Let's see. And to be fair, before we started recording, you did ask me how I was doing, so.
That was just a formality.
You really do care.
It's a formality. All right. You see the screen?
I see nothing.
Huh.
I see my big potato head, and I see you looking white as your wall.
Did a share. That's weird.
And I see nothing.
Technical difficulties. There we go.
There it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
All right. So there's the list. We'll give everybody a second to read it over. Does anything on there stand out to you, Brian?
Nothing that I couldn't talk about. Everything on there I know.
Okay.
I'm good.
And as always,
I'm good with those topics.
We try to aim for about 30 minutes, unless we're really in a conversation, then we'll kick it off a little bit, but usually 2 to 3 topics covers it.
Yeah, we try to get we try to keep this short, get you guys in and out of here.
And as always, if you have an idea for a topic on the wheel, leave it in the comments here, and honestly, we'll just put it up there. We won't even consider it. We'll just go up there. So
any topic,
any topic, religion,
any topic, go for it.
No.
Yeah, it's all safe.
So let's get it started. Okay.
Hey, it's a good one.
So, I've been posting an image, and I made a new one to almost any Super 7 social media thing I see. Help us save m.a.s.k. And I did reach out to them, and I got a kind of a cute, it was like a winky smiley face or something. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I remember you shared it with me, and you were like, "Hey, look what they sent back," and I was like, "Oh, that's not a no."
So I don't know what that really means, but I hope it means something other than nothing, obviously. And I kind of think with the direction that they're going in, with some of these, Silverhawks. There's probably some fans out there of it, but I can't believe that's getting brought back before m.a.s.k. That's ridiculous. And
it's the vehicles. That's why. But
even still, you can still make the figures and still have them sell. I know the vehicles they're one and the same, and they have a symbiote.
I would love to know the people who would buy the figures separate from the vehicles, because I think a lot of people to them m.a.s.k. is the vehicles, but to me that was not the case. But I'm a diehard, so I don't know. But I do think a lot of the problem with m.a.s.k. is the vehicles, and like Super 7, the vehicles they put out for the Ultimates are like, hey, you want a Thunder Tank for $500? Or a Stink Mountain for $700. It's not like they're
and we talked
cheap.
about that a little bit. So you have the reaction line, which would be perfect to start them back into.
That's how it's going to happen if it happens.
And if it sells well enough, and they see something, then maybe they'll do something in the next step up. It's going to have to happen at some point, I think. With one of in Super 7, I think is the best hope we have, really. I don't know of any other toy company that would actually be smart enough to do it, to be honest.
I almost wish we had like that Princess Leia hologram here. Like, help us, Super 7, you're our only hope. Because I feel like that's where we're at.
Now you want me to edit that in?
Yeah. CGI. But no, like, the thing about the reaction line is, and look, I'm not a huge fan. I have some of them. I have Street Fighter actually on the way just because I couldn't stop myself one night. Stupid Fireball. But The mask figures are built very similar to like the reaction figures. I mean, they have bends in the knees, but the articulation is basically the same. So you could easily do like an updated cartoon-ish line of mask toys, and it wouldn't be like such a depart like the GI Joe reaction or like taking a huge step backwards in like all kinds of posability and like in the construction to
Correct.
get them in that Star Wars, aesthetic. But the mask ones are not far off of that reaction line. I think the card art would be awesome. And I think if you just even they come in like little waves of like 4 and 5. You could do Matt, Vanessa, Miles, Brad, and Vanessa that easy, or Gloria that easy.
T-Bob, 5 of them.
T-Bob. I mean, that's a T-Bob's probably one you almost have to have, but Super 7 could do reaction real easy. And I think when you look at some of the lines that they do put out there, you're like, wait, they're doing that over mask? Like, it's
When
just,
I
I
saw
don't
it-
know. It's maybe Hasbro. I don't know.
So yeah, it could be anything until we actually know. I'll keep trying. That's what that's what I'm here for. One of the many reasons. And I feel that something could be coming, not like tomorrow, but I feel like something is going to be coming soon. I have nothing to base it on other than the fact that I just see the trends that are occurring, and I just have it's like a gut feeling. You ever have that?
Yeah, and San Diego's this weekend. Could you see Super 7 announce mask reaction this weekend? Yeah, you could.
Could, but they've also announced all the other lines just out of the blue. Really, those ultimates.
Yeah, they did. Well, I think they got everybody hyped up for the GI Joe stuff. But there's no last year they dropped a bunch of stuff at San Diego. All the reaction lines they were doing, baseball, Charlie Brown, whatever. So I don't know. I think it could happen. They're it though. And again, like I didn't know up until they clarified it. That guy Brian Flynn, I think his name is. He said Hasbro will no longer do Hooded Cobra Commander. So there's stuff like that we're not privy to, like information. Maybe Hasbro right now is like, no mask. We don't want to have that thing out there for some reason. I don't know. Like you don't know until somebody says this is the reason. We're just guessing like a bunch of fans that only have the internet for our information. It'd be nice to have a connection, but I have nothing.
So Brian Flynn, if you're watching this,
Yeah, yeah, he's one of the 60.
Yeah, feel free to comment here and let us know, or reach out to me directly, whichever way you want to go. So, no, I think they're the best. They're the best hope we have. I think, and no matter what they would end up doing, it would be quality work. And
yeah, it would be good.
Would I like to see it progress upward to a point where you get some really like elaborate Thunderhawk or something? Yeah, maybe.
Like if they could even test out like Condor and Brad, that would make my day. Like they did with He-Man, comes with like that little battle cat in that box, that window box. Do that with Condor, and I would be, forget it.
So I just have a feeling. That's all I got. That's all I can go on. But you, the viewer, if you know of anything that's coming out that Silverhawks are coming out, what else is Super 7 putting out? If you know of anything along the line, it might help us deduce anything that we can find out of this. But yeah, I don't know. Any last thoughts on Super 7?
No, I like everything they're putting out. I wish toys cost less than they currently do, but it's what it is right now. So that's a totally different topic.
It is. Oh, the wheel of illusion crashed on me.
Oh, is that even allowed to happen?
No, it's close. Sorry. Got me right there in the rhino.
Not the wheel. Episode 15, Death of the Wheel.
It's actually not letting me share it.
It's not letting you share it. The wheel killed us. Now we're just gonna have to talk like regular human beings, and I don't know if I'm capable of that. I need a topic to be shoved down my throat.
So what did you do today?
I cleaned and saw Black Widow. I did see Black Widow.
Right, hold on. Let me see if I can get it over here.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but we put it on the wheel.
I did.
All right. So then we both know what we're talking about.
You see it?
I see it. I see it all. Sweet, beautiful wheel.
Did I share the sound?
I don't know.
Not? I will.
It is. I hear it. Look at this. The wheel's back on track. Brought to you by Discover. Discover the wheel. Hey, Superman and Lois.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about this like a month ago.
Well, talk about it.
It's good. You haven't watched it, have you?
I saw the pilot.
It's so good. It captures the tone of Superman like perfectly.
Now, I don't know too much about the broadness of the story that they're doing, with that show, but when they were doing the crossovers with the Flash and the Green Arrow, Supergirl, I thought that Superman was done pretty well. Naturally, they had to tone him down a little bit power-wise. And then, the same thing they did for Supergirl.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You can't just put the most powerful being on Earth there, two of them. And it kind of reminded me of the animated series version. Like, he had to always, be careful. And I feel like that's the same thing for him. And obviously he's not, because he has two kids now, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And, is that the premise of the show mostly? Where
the premise of the show is Superman and Lois are basically raising twins that are in high school, and with like puberty, they might become superpowered. I'm not going to give too many spoilers away, but like they have to, figure out how to live as a family with powers and other things happening. I never watched any of the WB shows ever. I didn't watch Flash, Green Arrow, any of them. Supergirl was CBS, then WB. I never watched any of them. I started with Superman because I saw like a little clip and I'm like, that looks awesome. And the first season's great. Like there's some stuff that you're like, all right, a little dumb, but overall, I'm happy to watch something that's a little bit different than like, oh look, Superman's being raised on the farm by his parents. Oh no, now he's moving to Metropolis to meet Lois Lane. Like I'm glad they were like, all right, we've all been told that story
the arc of every movie.
Yeah, every Superman movie is like, oh look, he's a fish out of water. He's trying to fool everybody. Oh, look at Lois is gonna figure him out. This time they just skipped to like another part where you're like, oh look, different dynamic, and it's fun.
This would be an assignment for the viewers. So did the Batman parents' death scene appear more in the movies, or did Superman like meeting Lois appear more?
Superman like on the farm as a kid, like every single thing. You're like, all right, I get it. You crashed on a farm.
If anybody knows that, please go there.
I mean,
so what we'll do here is we'll stop on this for now. I'll watch some of it and we'll catch up.
Do it.
Put it back on the wheel later.
It's worth it. It's really good. I recommend it.
But I do like the character, like the guys playing.
I actually went back and watched Supergirl first season after watching Superman and Lois because I wanted to get my fix in, and it's good, but it's not even close to Superman and Lois. Hey, timely because it's coming out Saturday or Friday or someday.
Yes. So what are your thoughts?
I heard a huge spoiler. Wait, you dropped out. Can I hear you?
On the show and the toys.
Okay. I'll go show first because that's where my brain is at. Okay. I heard a huge spoiler. I'm not going to say it because you might not have heard it yet. The spoiler's weird. I don't know how they're going to... I mean, I get it. Like,
I know
you know what I'm talking about? You know the spoiler. Yeah. Should we say spoiler alert?
No, I don't think we should do it. Just
okay. Yeah, I won't do it.
It might ruin Lisa's day.
Yeah, it could, I guess. It could ruin. No, why? But yeah, there's spoilers. I don't know how I feel about it. And then I see a lot of people upset that it's going to be a Tila-driven show, which is not the spoiler at all, right? To me. And I don't care if it is. That means nothing to me. The animation looks good. I hear it's like 4 episodes. Maybe I'm wrong on that. So
it's either 4 or 6. I don't.
Yeah, it's a short series. Like you're gonna watch it in a day and know if you like it or not. And even if you don't like it, it took you what, 2 hours? It's basically an animated movie, right?
I hope they're 40 minutes long or 45 minutes long.
Yeah, I bet you they're 30 to 40 minutes. I can't think, more than that. But it looks good. I like the character designs. I'm like a huge He-Man fan. I think that would be like my 3rd favorite property of like, growing up. But I don't know. I'm gonna reserve judgment until I see it, but I'm excited. I'll watch it. the toys look really good, except for some reason no one can get He-Man's head right ever again. Like, when's the last time they got a He-Man head that didn't look awful? No offense to anybody sculpting, you're all talented. You're sculpting somebody else's head. That's not He-Man. Like, figure it out, guys.
I wasn't
God.
sure who it was.
It's too soft. Like, they keep giving He-Man these like weird soft sculpts, and like I don't know. Maybe it's I'm an old man and my He-Man was like a chiseled face with like a jawline, and he's all like gruff, like dirty looking, really tan. These new He-Mans are like really pretty and smiley and happy and just smooth, and I don't like it. It's too much,
Lando
man.
Calrissian smooth, or what
Yeah, no, like smooth, like baby's butt smooth.
Okay.
Yeah, not Lando.
No, your points about the animation, like when I saw the first trailer, I was like, wow, this looks really good. I mean, it's a little bit too anime-ish for me.
Yeah, I like it. I can
But
live with it, but yeah.
But I was able to get into Castlevania, and I don't watch any anime, and it's pretty not as deep, but across the line.
Yeah.
To a point. So I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to see what's going on. I know that the original Skeletor is, I think, Mossman in this.
Is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's one of the.
I wish I could find my tweet. I tweeted it like the day it was announced, the project. I said, $100 says Mark Hamill is Skeletor. Like, I wrote that because Kevin Smith has a connection to Mark Hamill from all those movies that they were working on when he was like the bad guy with the giant hand or whatever. And I'm not going to say the name just in case one of these 60 viewers is a child. But, no, like I call it was such an easy thing to call. Like, oh, he does voices, he does the Joker. They're going to get him to do Skeletor, and it sounds all right. I mean, it sounds exactly how I think he would have done it, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I saw the toys. I saw Battle Cat at the store. He looks all right. He looks all right.
My problem with the toys. So my origins, He-Man and Skeletor and Battle Cat and Panther are now in Liam's room. That's where we play.
Yeah, that's what happens.
But no, he's actually interested in playing with them at 17 months. So we'll go in there and I'll say, let's play cats. That's how he knows what we're doing. And we're playing with them. And I'm like, these ones here, these ones are meant to be played with. These ones here are like, I'm going to beat the hell out of them. And
yeah, the toys.
The Revelation ones, I'm like, all right, do I get another He-Man and Skeletor and a Battle Cat and a Panther?
I feel like, how many of those am I going to buy? Yeah.
And I probably will get at least the two main figures, but it kind of, what I've been trying to do with my collection outside of M.a.s.k is kind of whittle parts of it down to where I don't have multiples of the same character except for Batman. So Batman here, that's just a Batman shelf. And these, superpowers and Secret Wars, that's going to be its own thing. But like
it's a line.
The 6-inch figures, I want one Wolverine. I want, or 6-7 inch. One.
Yeah, because at some point, like 20 Wolverines on a shelf. Like, who are you, Hugh Jackman? Like, you don't need that many.
So that's what I'm trying to do here. And I got a couple different Supermans, but one's Christopher Reeve, one's newer looking one. I got old timey looking Aquaman up there, and that's what I want to do. The characters I like, I'm going to buy one figure that's representative of them, and just do that. I don't need to have 87, Robins.
Yeah, it's a lot. It becomes overwhelming. You're like just drowning in it.
So that's kind of what my game plan has been. I've been selling off some of the extra stuff, and I'm just kind of reworking it. But if I look back here, there's nowhere for me to put those figures. If I got
I like them. I would get them if I had space. I think you brought up the point where like they aren't really for kids as much as they are for collectors.
These ones wouldn't be for kids.
And you know what I think makes a decision for me, like whether it's meant for a kid or meant for a collector. If that toy comes with an extra pair of hands, that's meant for an adult. because the adults are the ones that are putting the different hands on with the poses. Like little kids, there's your toy, there's a sword, it goes in its hand, go pretend. But the adults have like 9 hands on all their action figures now. Like the GI Joe Ultimates come with like 5,000 options.
Yeah. Well, I mean, GI Joe is on its 8700 different variation of their run.
Yeah,
Masters is on their 10,000th.
Masters is gonna have like 3, 4, 5 toy lines out at once.
Yeah,
they're gonna. When you factor in like they have that Mondo big scale, like $200 figure one.
I hope that these things are all driving forces toward M.a.s.k in the end. But I don't know. I'm not really going to collect them. But if you guys are, if you think you are, let us know why you are or why you're not. I'm just glad it's not surprise Skeletor face from Origins.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what that was about. But do you have any last thoughts on Revelation there?
I will after I watch it.
Yeah,
beforehand,
we'll talk about it again after we.
Yeah, beforehand, I think I'm just I'm excited.
Yeah,
but I'm also I'm not the biggest Kevin Smith fan. I used to be, but I'm not, and I don't know. He's done stuff I like. Just Clerks 2 is easily the worst movie I've ever seen in theaters. And today they're announcing there's a third, and I'm like, oh God.
Got Tubi. This will round out the episode.
Tubi. There we go. I actually watched Tubi a lot today.
So, for those who don't know what it is, could you please explain Tubi?
Tubi is an app on your television or phone where you get to watch old shows, and they're mostly old, for basically free. You just have to sit through ads to get through them. And Tubi, like the wheel said, they have so many 80s cartoons on there. They have actually some up-to-date movies. They have a bunch of garbage movies that I love, like Mallrats and Problem Child. And
on there?
Problem Child, I watched it last week, and I felt bad because I watched it with my daughter, and he calls Gilbert Gottfried a D-I-C-K at one point. I'm like, oh, Penny! She didn't even know what it was, thank God. I mean, yay, I'm doing a good job as a parent. My daughter doesn't know what that is. Yeah, oh, private eye. He's a private eye. But yeah, they got Problem Child. And I just said I don't really like Kevin Smith, but my guilty pleasure for garbage movies might be Mallrats. But that movie is like so bad, it's good. And Jason Lee is like fun to watch do his, shtick.
What about The Phantom? Is that on there?
The Phantom, I don't know, but you know what's in my queue as of today? And I know I'm a huge I literally have the machine right there. I'm a Street Fighter guy, and I've been like on a kick lately. Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme's on there, and that will be tonight's viewing as I clean the upstairs guest room because we just had some guests leave. And I'm going to be watching that movie, and I don't know what to expect other than I dodged it. The Phantom with Billy Zane when I was younger. I'm talking about Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Sorry.
They have and there's some newer movies on there. I saw something that was like kind of decent on there. I was like, hey, that's a movie that people would actually watch.
But the big thing about it though is
it's free.
Well, there's also
M.a.s.k.
Yes, there you go. I could lead you to water, but I couldn't make you drink there. Sorry.
No, M.a.s.k is on it, and it's free, except the racing season, which is probably sparing you guys. So, no, you know what episode I watched today when I was paying attention? Something about the Mimi. There's this like thing called the Mimi, which appears out of nowhere, and all the people native to the area are like, don't talk about the Mimi. And it's like some like spirited little ghost girl thing. You could tell I was paying attention. Like,
I'm trying to remember which one that is.
Oh, it's something like they find these stones. I don't know. All I know is it was Brad Turner was in it. So I was like, yeah, Brad.
Drawing a blank.
It's like episode like 40.
Okay.
Because I can't watch the Rotex again, and I can't watch the Stone of Power again, ever in my whole life. Will I ever watch the first 10 episodes?
Death Stone, yeah.
Death Stone, whatever that is. I can't watch them ever again. It's the only one.
Pilot.
Yeah, but it's the one that every time my YouTube feed comes up, it's that freaking Death Stone episode, and I know that one like by heart. So I'm done.
Well, we're gonna have to stop here, sir.
All right.
But before we go, anything you could talk about, anything you might be working on. I know you're wrapping up some projects, but is there anything you're doing for fun that you're going to be sharing soon?
I'm working on my own comic. I have a couple of 80s toys drawings in my head, but I've got to do a lot of artwork for family members in the next week and a half. I have some people that want stuff done, and since I'm an artist and they're related to me, they always go like, "Hey, Brian, what about this? I need a favor." So this
It's
week
like
is
me
about
with computer
favors.
help.
Yeah,
Bill,
you
Bill,
know
how
how
can I relate
fast it
to you?
happens.
Help me.
Yep, you know how
My,
fast it happens. Where like,
my grandmom just had a pretty bad bug on her computer, and I was just like, okay. But luckily, there's remote control now.
yeah,
Because I
got to help
wasn't.
grandma.
I definitely wanted to, but I wasn't in the mood to drive 2.5 hours to get home or whatever it is. So
Good news, bad news. I have no more grandmas left to help. So
great.
the bad news is I have no more grandmas. The good news is I don't have to help them.
You should celebrate that, you know?
Sometimes I ask them to help me. Please, grandma, help me out here. I got to find the remote control.
Well, I just put out the 20th anniversary of the website and everything kind of encompassing this journey that we've been on so far. I just put that out. And I'll be talking with Analog Toys soon.
Hey,
Look out for that.
Tony.
And trying to line up a few other things too, but I don't know if they're going to come through or not. So I'm not going to give any kind of indication, but it's something we haven't really covered yet. So I'm hopeful, but not optimistic. So we'll see.
Awesome. Well, I'll be here.
But for Brian, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching Talkin Overtime, and we'll talk to you later.
Be good.